Welcome to Healthy Connections. We're going to take a quick break and me and my friends will discuss the community houses. Welcome back to Healthy Connections. I'm Melissa Hudson with the Pikes Cancer Support House, and this is my friend Jody Bodenhammer with Repel Diabetes and Stephanie Isom. We
always struggle with that last name.
And okay. Diane with the Merck Center on Aging, and Miss Becky with Volunteer Services.
Thanks for having me, girls.
Hey, yeah, special guest today, you know, and Becky is our Volunteer Services leader and coordinator and director, yes. She takes care of all of our volunteers. 500 plus?
We're about 450 right now.
450 right
we
now?
Average about 300 a month.
Golly.
So.
That is just unreal.
300 a month?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a blessing.
Yes, it is. They are a blessing. And for those of you who don't know about our volunteers at BRMC, they are referred to as our Yellow Shirt Army. We oftentimes see them out and about in the community even with their yellow shirts on. So if you see someone with a volunteer services shirt, you know where they volunteer. That yellow shirt means they're a Baxter Regional Medical Center volunteer. So Becky, tell us a little bit about our volunteer program at the hospital.
Love to. We've got about 450 members.
Uh-huh.
We always can use more.
Always.
We've got volunteers in just about every department at the hospital, and especially at the community houses, which we're excited about. We can't do what we do at the hospital with our volunteers. Would we be able to do the work? Yes, it would have a different look and feel.
Sure.
So we're really, really blessed to have the volunteers in the community support us the way they do. So like I said, about 450 members. We average about 300 a month because they're a very active group. If they're volunteering with us, they're volunteering with someone else.
Sure.
And this community is so great for that. Our volunteers last year gave over 76,000 hours back to the hospital. So that's huge and a blessing. But to keep them going, we need more volunteers to keep all those areas staffed because our volunteers are not there every day of the week.
Right.
They pick a 4-hour shift, usually 1 day a week, most of them. And so it takes to fill one position, that would take 4 volunteers to fill a 1-day position.
Right.
Or I'm sorry, 2 volunteers to fill a 1-day position. So it's vital that we continue to recruit volunteers for all the services that they do at the hospital.
Right. And it's a very flexible. I mean, we're very flexible.
We are. We have to be.
Yeah.
These folks are giving their time, and that's what volunteering is all about, is finding some purpose and passion, getting engaged in the community, and seeing where you can fit in at the hospital because we have so many opportunities to volunteer at the hospital. And some folks are not comfortable around patients, so we even have opportunities to help in some of our fundraising efforts, such as the Bargain Box in Mountain Home and Flippin', or the Pinkadilly, the gift shop.
The cafeteria.
The cafeteria.
I love that we have volunteers now in the cafeteria that help. That is so wonderful.
The laundry. We've got folks down in laundry.
Yeah.
So,
Community houses.
yeah, exactly. So
Shuttling.
the shuttles, yeah. We have,
That is where I want to volunteer. Will you please go ahead and put me on the list now?
anytime you're ready,
Yes,
I'll be ready
as
for
soon
you.
as I retire, that looks like so much fun. I'm telling you what, it cracks me up when I come through either in the morning when I'm going across to the hospital or I'm coming back. That little shuttle is just driving around, and they always
the little
stop
flag.
and
You can
ask,
see
you know,
it.
do you need a ride? Where can we take you? And it's just, I just love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, you know, parking is prime real estate at the hospital.
is.
And
It's terrible.
It's hard.
Yes.
It's hard for our folks because we're a little beacon on the hill, but it is a hill that you have to
Yes.
walk up.
It is.
And that's a struggle for some of our patients and visitors. And so with that shuttle service, that's a real benefit to our community, and that's free. It's volunteer driven. The auxiliary purchases those shuttles and maintains them for our community.
And gosh, when it's cold or when it's raining, I mean, you can't, you know, you couldn't get any better service if you tried for somebody to drive right up in to your car and pick you up and take you to the hospital and then bring you back also.
And when you park, if you need assistance, pull out your cell phone, God bless us that we have cell phones.
I know, it's so helpful.
Call the shuttle.
Yes.
Look on the lamp post, the light post, and that gives the shuttle where you're, the location where you're parked.
Oh, that's
Yes,
great.
Yes, and
Okay.
you can, and they'll come and pick you up.
Yes.
I
So-
did not know that.
Yeah.
That's,
There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, and we've got cards if you need the shuttle's phone numbers, and I forgot to bring a card to let you know what the
I was
phone
going to
number-
say,
have
we
them.
give all
Yep.
of our patients the cards because occasionally, even over at the community houses, our parking is pretty limited as well.
Right.
And if I have a class of patients, I got 10 people coming, I only have 4 parking spots. And so they do end up having to park sometimes.
And we have a lot of parking spaces, but they're not close to where
Right.
you want to
That's
be. And
true.
so that's why the shuttles are available.
But it's great.
Yeah.
It's
And
great.
what is that phone number to call for shuttling?
And see, I told you I didn't bring that.
It's 4374. 421-4374.
Ah,
Hey,
way to go,
there you go.
Stephanie.
You don't need the card.
It takes it
Does
takes
that
a
tell
village.
us how many times you use the shuttle?
Well, the shuttle is great customer service. I had a mom come in one day this week, and she had a brand new baby, and she needed to go over to the Women and Newborn Center. She came over. We gave her a free baby weight check. She shuttled over, and they shuttled her back to her car. She came in, weighed the baby again, and she left. It was just good
Nice.
customer service.
Yes,
you
that
don't have to
is.
walk around with
It's so hot out.
in the hot with
Yeah.
a baby attached to you.
See, I have it in my cell phone.
Oh, there you go. That's it.
So that's just one of the great services that our volunteers
Sure.
helps our community
Right.
with. So they can access the hospital. And that's the thing about the hospital. When you come into the hospital, it's the most stressful time in your life probably.
Usually.
Right.
You're looking through a kaleidoscope of information. The volunteers are there to help you navigate it. And that's what I'm
And
talking
most
about.
of them are so familiar with,
Yes.
the ins and outs of the hospital. And even if they're a new volunteer, they've got a buddy that knows and they can help. I just love it that they are able to not only get folks in the door, but then get them around the hospital as well. Our hospital is big. It's intimidating. And
It's hard to navigate,
it
too.
is.
If you
It
only
is.
go there once in a great while, you get lost
Yeah.
really easily.
And that's the great thing about the volunteers. They're there to help navigate. They're there to greet you, and that gives you that opportunity to start talking to them, and they're going to help you get where you
Right.
need to go, and relieve just a little bit of that stress.
Yeah.
All it takes is a good morning or how can I help you, and that just alleviates the stress for someone that is coming in and looking at all the signage and trying to figure out where they
It's
need to go.
overwhelming.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It
My
is.
grandmother, when she was going through some health issues several years ago, we were lucky and privileged to have her at our hospital. And even though she doesn't live here in Mountain Home, and she was just amazed. She said, and then we ended up at UAMS and several other places throughout her cancer treatments. And she said, I'm just amazed I've been to all these big city hospitals, and your hospital, she calls Baxter Regional, my hospital, yeah, of course, because I work here. But your hospital has the best and most and friendliest volunteers I have
awesome.
ever seen
What
in
a
my
wonderful
life.
compliment.
Yeah, thank you.
And I always try to share that with any of the volunteers that I see or that I know. It makes such a difference to so many people.
Oh,
So,
yeah. It's
And I-
comforting.
And I was sharing a story with Melissa and I think a group of us yesterday. I had a new volunteer that was applying, and Melissa had been trying to recruit her for several months. And this volunteer had moved from the area, from a big hospital,
Right.
a retired nurse who understands healthcare, and she's had some health issues. And the reason she came in to volunteer was the treatment and the experience she had at the Pikes Cancer Support House. And she came from a big hospital who
Right.
did not have the support she needed
Right.
in a crisis time of her life. And she said, I can't say enough good about what this hospital does and what the community house
That's
does.
great.
And that's why she's volunteering.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. It's about building relationships and having people. And she said these words to me, it felt like home when I came in.
Right, right.
And that's what we do at BRMC.
Yeah, that's
we're
true.
a family.
That's very
Whether
true.
you're a patient, a visitor, or a staff member, or a volunteer.
Yeah.
I love
You
it
don't-
when-
I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
You don't hear too often people comparing a hospital to home.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
true.
just amazing.
That's true. Very true.
It is comforting when someone walks into the house and they say, "Oh, it's just like a little house. It's a real
Yes.
house, and you have a living room and a kitchen and a." It's like, well, yes, we are community houses. This is our house. You come in, make yourself at home, do
Right.
what you want to
Right.
do. It's neat when they make that connection.
Well,
it is a house.
I think it's comforting too, you know, especially if there's something really specific or serious going on. Cancer is one of the things that comes to my mind, but it's often intimidating also to try to seek out or to go somewhere new and to have that little bit of comfort there. And our volunteers there to greet and say hello and
right.
welcome and try to, and a lot of them either at the cancer house have probably dealt with cancer, the diabetes center dealing with diabetes, you know, and so the women's center, women volunteer. So, yes. Same thing at Marug with, you know, Alzheimer's and dementia. I know a lot of our volunteers have a personal connection to the different service areas that they're involved with.
And
So,
that's the reason they usually start volunteering is how they were treated and the experience they had as a patient or they had a loved one who was a patient.
Right.
And that's what they tell me. They come in and they say, I want to be part of that.
Right.
How do I get to be part of that? And
well,
So
I
they get to pick and choose where they volunteer.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
they can choose here or there and as often as they want to volunteer?
absolutely. I've
Okay.
got some volunteers that are here 5 days a week.
Oh.
I've got some volunteers that are here
love 'em.
one day a week, a 4-hour shift.
Yeah.
So we can meet your needs. Our desire is to help you get engaged into the community, however that
Right.
might be.
what that looks like
Yeah.
for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, so. Well, I think we need to take a quick break. We will come back and talk with Becky a little bit more, Becky Rose, our volunteer director at Baxter Regional Medical Center, about getting involved and becoming a volunteer. See you soon.
Welcome back to Healthy Connections, and my name is Melissa Hudson with the Pikes Cancer Support House, and these are my friends from the other community houses, Jody Bodenhammer, Stephanie Isom, Diane Van Gulick, and Miss Becky Rose with Volunteer Services, and we're talking about volunteers and what a blessed community we have here.
Yeah, we do. We have a blessed community because they're blessing our hospital.
Yes.
And they're very generous to us. So I want to talk a little bit about some of our fundraising events that we have.
Yeah.
That the auxiliaries the auxiliary sponsor. So one of them is the Bargain Box, which we have in Mountain Home and Flippin.
Right.
And those are donated items from the community, which are tax deductible. And the funds that we raise at the Bargain Boxes go back to support special
hospitals.
services and equipment needs that we have at the hospital.
That's just so amazing.
Last year, the auxiliary, through the gift shop, the thrift shops, and then monthly fundraisers that we have, we were able to give back to the hospital over $367,000
That's
for
amazing.
special services and
That is
equipment
awesome.
needs. So that's huge.
Yes.
That's huge for our nonprofit hospital and
Yes.
for our community. But that's why we're there.
And the bargain boxes are so, I mean, they're always packed full of goodies.
Goodies,
And
goodies.
lots of, I mean, I go there with the kids. I mean, oh my gosh, we've gotten Halloween costume. I mean, you name it. There's just all kinds. You just never know what
helped
treasures
them-
you're going to find.
Exactly.
I love a good thrift store.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And we've been able to help, like you said, Halloween, but weddings, graduations.
Oh my gosh, it's, yeah.
You know, someone's had a fire. We help those folks. The churches know about us, and they'll send folks to us. So any way we can help the community,
Right.
because they've been so generous to us, we're giving back as well. So it's a blessing. It
It's
really
just a
is.
win-win.
Yeah, and we've got lots of stuff in the back that we're trying to process, so we need volunteers to help us with that. And it's
Ah,
to go
that's
through,
great.
salvage what we can salvage, fix what we can fix, and then get it priced and out there to sell.
great.
And that's what the volunteers do there. So you're not really around patients, so that's an opportunity for folks who enjoy going through the treasures.
They get to see them
those that-
first.
They get to
Yeah,
see them
exactly.
first.
Those that shop there,
And
this
they're-
is a perfect
right.
opportunity to.
And their money
First
spends
chance.
just the same.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
That's right.
So do they
I
do
laugh-
payroll deduct?
not at the bargain
Not at the
box.
bargain
Oh,
box.
okay.
But we do at the Piccadilly.
Yeah, I've heard more than one of your Piccadilly
Piccadilly.
volunteers say, I don't have any money left, if I spend it all in the Piccadilly.
So we have a rewards program there. They have both the gift shop and the thrift shops have gift certificates at the thrift shops, and then
nice.
cards at the Piccadilly.
I did not realize
gift cards
that.
at the Piccadilly. So and then at the Piccadilly, everything there is new. do have a manager there as well who goes and does the shopping. She just got back from market, so a lot of new stuff is coming in, fresh and new. And again, it's the fundraiser for the auxiliary. And the employees can do payroll deduct there. But also for everyone, we have a rewards program. So every, I think it's every dollar you spend, you get a dollar,
point.
a
Yes,
point.
uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
then once you get 200 points, you get $10 off your next purchase.
Yes.
And you can,
I'm smiling because I've done that a time or two.
you know, it's again, it's fresh, it's new, it's a gift shop, so we can't stock like Walmart or some big
No.
box store.
But I know that a lot of people come and shop there, even if, I mean, it's obviously it's great if you have someone in the hospital because they, you know,
Flowers,
and
cards,
in my mind,
Yeah.
it's, if I go to the hospital to visit, I need to bring something or I need to
Right.
take something of comfort. And you always have those great flowers and balloons and things like that as well. And just out of sheer, okay, I've been here now, I've been sitting here with my family member for 2
Yeah.
hours, I'm going to go to the gift shop and browse
Right.
around. But even people coming in, I'm amazed at people who come to shop there because you guys have such
Right.
unique
Yeah.
things.
Exactly. And we kind of call that therapy.
Yes, retail therapy, I love it.
And you
I
don't
love
really
it.
have to buy anything, but it's just nice to get out and look at something besides the hospital
I always like to
rooms.
make a pass. If I'm going through the hospital, I always meander through
Yeah.
the hospital.
Yes.
I don't know why, and then I have to touch everything.
Yes.
It is it's
Why?
therapy. Yeah, it is. That's what
my
it's.
goodness.
And we utilize volunteers there. We need volunteers there as well. We try to stay open on the weekends, and Saturdays are hard to staff, so we need volunteers on Saturdays, and we stay open late a couple of nights a week also.
Right.
So we need volunteers for those a couple of nights that we stay
Oh,
open
that's
late.
good to know. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. So come volunteer with us.
Yeah,
and see what
sure.
it's like. So.
I think some of my favorite things are the fundraiser things that you do down in the Loggerborg.
Oh, yes.
And we've got one
The
coming
linen
up.
sale.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've got
yes,
a,
the
we've got-
special sales, yes.
We've got a linen sale.
I love that linen
Yes,
sale.
and it's coming
Thank
up
you.
August, I've got to look here on my little list, August 8th and 9th in the
Oh,
Loggerborg
good.
Dining Room. It's Geneva Distributing, AHAA, which is the Arkansas Hospital Auxiliary Association.
Oh, nice.
We get with them and they kind of give us some names of folks who do fundraising for hospitals, and Geneva Distributing, which is basically linens. And pillows, everybody loves those bamboo pillows.
Oh, I love the throws.
The throws.
Yes.
Those like Chanel-like
Yeah.
throws. Oh my gosh, that's my
Yes,
favorite thing in the world.
You know, I laugh because I have you all know I have lots of kids, and it seems like blankets are a hot commodity at my house, and my kids love those
Yes.
soft
well,
blankets.
I love it for
and
car rides too. 'Cause
Yes.
you can just curl up and it's like
Yep.
Yes.
I'm not really driving right
Take
now.
them with me. Yes. Oh my gosh, Stephanie, I don't know about that.
Anyway.
It's so fun to be able to go shopping while you're at work.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
Well, and
going
it's
down to
get
get your
away,
lunch,
take
go
a break.
on through,
Yes.
and I know I see
Well,
a lot of
it's
nurses
perfect
down there too.
Yeah.
Get some
It is,
Christmas shopping
absolutely.
or birthday shopping
Yes.
done.
I'm always thinking like, okay, who do I need to buy for right now? Because
Right.
I can go back down. I don't have to worry about going in other places, you know, after work or whatever.
Right.
And then I love that we always have a uniform sale for nurses. That's a great thing. I shop there a lot too, and just throughout the year there are so many great.
housewares.
Yes.
And you can go online at the BaxterRegional.org website and follow
Uh-huh.
the volunteer links, and it tells you what sales we've
What's
got
coming up? Oh, that's
Okay.
great.
So, and the dates.
Good.
And,
So you've got that going on in August.
and then we've got August 11th in Flippin. We opened our second thrift shop 10 years ago, and it's our 10th anniversary.
Oh, great.
And so we're going to be celebrating with the community over there. We've got cookies and refreshments and prizes and giveaways and the bargain box.
That'll be
so
fun.
Yeah.
come with us. And again, you need volunteers desperately over in the Flippin Marion County area. So they're, you don't have to travel very far
Right,
where you can volunteer and help your hospital.
Oh,
Well, what a
that's
good
great.
opportunity, though. For someone who's interested in coming and maybe winning some prizes, it's a good opportunity for them to talk to those volunteers to kind of pick their brain a little bit, Q&A, to find out what they like about volunteering, and maybe there'll be a connection there, and then that
Right.
person will be, be
That's-
willing to volunteer as well. Which is
Exactly.
the whole idea. I think the volunteers help sell. The idea of being a volunteer, kind of like what Melissa did,
Your best advertisement is a happy
Right.
customer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
And again, best recruitment is
Yes.
a happy volunteer, bringing someone alongside them
That's
Yeah.
right.
and saying, look, it doesn't take it doesn't take an extraordinary person. It takes an ordinary person willing to show that they care.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
I think
That's
that's
right.
great.
I like that.
Love
Well,
it.
real quick, Becky, tell us one more time how we can get in touch with you if anyone is interested in volunteering at Baxter Regional Medical Center. Lots of opportunities. We've got thrift stores, we've got community support houses in the hospital, in the Piccadilly, around the hospital, you name it, you can meet that need if someone is interested. How do they go about getting in touch with you?
You can go online, baxterregional.org. We have an online application. We have a paper application. Call us, and we
Okay.
will mail you one, 870-508-1064, or stop by the office, and we can get you an application.
I know we keep applications at the Rappel.
We do as
I
well.
think all the other girls keep them at the community support houses as well. So stop by and see us anytime.
Yeah.
And that's going to wrap it up for today. Becky, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And those of you at home, get out and get volunteering. Hopefully with us at the hospital. But it's good for you. It's good for your health. So you guys have a great day.